So you enter the house. It's a nice small house. It's got like a fire pit where you cook and a table to prepare food on, with a couple of stools around it. And there's a partition behind which is Bodhi's bedroom. He's not married.
Okay.
Though not for lack of other people trying.
Of course.
That is the room. Do as you wish.
So, can I look around to see if there's any sign of this guy in the house at all? Like, is there any sign of real life?
Yeah. Roll a d20 investigation check.
All right.
Oh no.
That didn't sound good.
4 plus 3, 7.
Okay. You can't really see anything that isn't immediately obvious, which that it looks as it has been left and the door was locked, which suggests there is probably someone still in the house.
Can I have a look?
Can I headbutt that door as well?
Oh
Are you headbutting every door?
I'm headbutting all the doors. I'm crazy, for fuck's sake.
You're gonna die of headbutting.
I don't care.
I'm drunk and I
Can
know
I headbutt the door?
You probably should.
Which door?
The locked one.
Wait, the front door was locked. The partition door, you don't know if it's locked or not.
Well, can I headbutt that partition door then?
You know, guys, I have an idea. Now, Bodine is, once like myself, a connoisseur when it comes to these things. What if I make up one of my strongest ales that has a scent that you can smell from a mile away? That should surely get him to come down.
It's a tiny house. Just go and get him.
Well, I thought you were going to do that, but someone miserably failed at that.
Actually, you didn't know I was investigating. I was doing it on my own.
And you hear the partition door creak open. And you see Bodine opening the door. He looks pretty haggard, actually.
That's not good.
He's what? He's
haggard.
Haggard, like just worn and beaten down.
That's funny,
Bodine, what happened?
He says, I don't know, I just feel terrible. It looks like he's struggling to get the words.
Please don't tell me that awful plague has come.
He just shakes his head. He doesn't know what to think.
So magic, miss.
Do you have anything that... Is there any way we can help you, or anything to help us? Do you have any idea?
Alvag says, perhaps the druid will have something that can ease his pain, but there has been no cure found as yet.
Maybe we should head there then.
Perhaps. It is one hope of few.
Do you want to come with us, or would you rather stay here?
He doesn't look like he would be up for much going out and about. He looks like he just wants to collapse back into bed.
Alright.
He says, can you lock my door behind you?
I think Mr. Arkin can explain about
that. Hey, you two broke the door down. I only headbutted it.
He sort of chuckles weakly. He was making a joke, but much as he's trying to keep his spirits up, you can tell he's really struggling.
Alright, well, we'll go see what we can do. I hope Mr. Torn isn't against that, like everything else.
I was the one that asked us that... Wait, actually, let me check. I have not been against anything. I just don't want to drink your awful beer.
Bodine sort of gives you a look of quiet.
Fine.
But I would have liked the beer if it was from Bodine, but it came from you.
Hey Torin, do you think you got a chance with a species? Bodine is a dwarf.
I didn't mean it like that.
Listen, I got told by a legend traveling around. His name is Elton O'John. Because can you feel love tonight? And it's very prominent.
Oh, I love that song.
Can you feel my dagger tonight?
Can you feel my... Oh no.
Hey, no.
Can you feel my one tonight?
Everyone deserves to have a good time.
Says, friends, please, not here. We must let the man rest.
We're not friends.
And sort of gestures for you to leave the house.
You fuck off downstairs.
That's fine.
Bye, Dad.
I mean, the door's kind of, done for, but,
I walk outside.
Try and shut the battered door best we can.
You try and fit the door back into the frame as best you can. Okay. Albag says, I shall ask Hundo if he can come and fix it, but what with Noni ill as well, I don't know if he will be able to find the time.
Who's Noni?
Noni Zhang, she was the first to fall ill.
Yeah.
So, he says, Henia Tevra lives towards the north of the village, towards the chapel. Come this way. She is our druid, you see. She may have something that can help Odin. So, you
follow.
Some dank memes.
Yeah, following.
You head towards the north of the village and see there are two houses towards the north of the village. One of them quite large and the other very small. And he goes to the smaller of the two.
Alright.
I will do it. I'll knock gently. I will, like these savages.
So Von Granas knocks on the door, and you hear somebody inside say, "Who is it?"
You knocked.
Magic
Do
missile.
you want to answer? Can I just put push feet in the way to answer?
Eventually, Albag answers in the place of your indecision, and says, "It is Albag and friends."
Friends?
And
Never had friends.
the door opens, and you see this she's younger than she looks,
Oh.
but she's quite a scruffy-looking person. Somebody who clearly spends more time on her work than on her appearance. Let's put it that way. It's a low ceiling in this druid's house, and all of the rafters are strung with different types of herbs. Some of them fresh, some of them dried, and there are pots all along the edge of the room with various growing plants in them. And she says, "Yes. What is it? What do you want?"
Stop opening
We're
it.
here to help Mr. Bodine. You have to know who Bodine is.
Yes, I know of Bodine.
Yes, so he has mysteriously fallen ill, and I'm really
this
worried.
plague, this blasted plague. Thrice damn it.
So, yeah. So we kind of came your way to see if you could kind of contribute.
I have been searching for the source of the plague, and I theorized that perhaps it was something in the water. And she beckons you through further into the room, and you see a couple of plants. One of them still green and growing strongly, and the other one just black and withered. And she says, "Listen, I performed an experiment to see if the water was carrying the plague. This plant here," she gestures towards the still growing one. She says, "This plant here I watered from the well, and the other I watered from the river. And it appears that there is something in the river water."
That ain't good.
As expected.
And has nobody gone upstream to try and see what's in the water?
Everyone except
And,
everyone's hiding in their homes.
Anvar went at first, but he did not get far. He says there are strange creatures. He could not say more.
He got the cook.
I tell you, it's them invisible badgers.
I'll go take a look.
I'll go with you.
I'm down
I
for
think
this.
we should all go, because this seems like a long and daunting journey.
We'll go on an adventure.
Those damn badgers, I can finally be free.
Adventure!
Swear to
Finally an
God.
adventure.
The druid says,
Oh, godding event.
Good. I am glad that you are willing to take on this duty, but you must be swift. I fear that the well will not stay pure for long." Alvag looks gratefully towards you and says, "If there is anything we can do to support you, we can provide provisions, anything." And looks at you imploringly, hoping that you'll help.
I
Provide
have a
decent
provision
beer for the brewery.
Oh.
Oof.
I have one. How about a gag for that annoying dragonborn?
Oh. Get me
I
there.
second that.
I've got an idea. Why don't we all just get along and
No, friendship. Rainbows.
Friendship isn't magic here. The world is a cruel place.
How does friends work again?
Why am I not surprised?
Can I
you
just
don't
use
have
friends on everyone?
Okay, the friend spell
Oh my-
is probably
I
not a
forgot
wise
that was
one to
actually a
use because here we go. Yeah, so for the duration of the spell, you get advantage on all charisma checks. So, for example, if you wanted to persuade somebody to do something, you'd get an advantage on that check. But when the spell ends, the creature realizes that you used magic to influence its mood and becomes incredibly hostile towards you.
Do it again.
So
I'm guessing friends classified as a charm of sorts. So.
I'll save it for later.
it's an enchantment cantrip.
Enchantment.
I'll save it for later.
Good plan, good plan. So
Now, does Alfbeck offer us any like starting like gifts or
He
yes,
gives you
Alvag
this-
says
sort of like parting?
Alvag says if you go to the general store, I am sure that Elan Dasta will give you anything you need.
the souk.
Tell us
Do we now get a loading screen? Or...
anything else?
The druid looks at you for a moment and says, I cannot say for sure, but I fear that this might perhaps be extraplanar. Extraplanar, not from this plane of existence.
Fuck.
So from what plane then?
Unless
Who knows, it could be any. But
plane.
there have been echoes throughout the fabric of this plane. I fear that it may not only be here, it may be also in the parallel planes.
Oh, even worse.
I have no
Gets
idea what
better
you're
and
talking
better.
about.
So you must be swift. You must be swift.
Come on, let's head to the shop. Come on,
Oh
let's
The
my
general store
Sorry.
open at this
You
time.
head to the general store.
Why should we hit the shop?
As you're walking south through the village, as you're walking past the well, the general store is to the west, opposite the brewery. But as you're walking south through the village,